Facetime Promotions provides staffing for all levels of the beverage industry, and the services include field marketing, sales, brand management, even promotional vehicle programs. So with me to explain a little bit more about what the company is doing is Carla Rissel, who is the founder and CEO of Facetime Promotions. So great to have you, Carla.
Hi, Jane. Nice to have you. Thanks for visiting today.
So let's just start with just kind of an overall company profile. I gave a little bit of a hint, but go into more depth about what you do.
Well, we are primarily focused on event staffing for the alcohol industry. And what that boils down to, and one of the reasons we've done so well, is we're focused on moving sales. So helping our customers sell into retail and on-premise and off-premise, which I can go into that a little bit if you'd like. But we help move cases of alcohol into retail outlets, like you probably have Total Wine where you are, or ABC, little mom and pop corner stores. And then we also work with restaurants and bars, festivals, like we're doing a huge event, the Pepsi Jam in Panama City this weekend for Cupcake Wines. We did their booth and everything, like we designed their trade show booth basically that they're going to have at the event. So there's really no end to it. We also help with brand ambassador programs. We do store surveys. So if someone sells in a 100-case display, we can help them go make sure that those displays are put up properly. Just anything to do with the alcohol industry and moving those cases through and helping our partners, which are the distributors and suppliers, get more product into the market and more liquid to lips.
Okay.
I like to say we help get bottles into hearts and carts.
Liquid to lips. I'm going to borrow that one. Okay. So tell me a little bit about your background, because you have been in this industry for a while, right?
Yeah, I was looking at it today. I'm like, wow, we started in 2004 and it was just me and a computer. And for years, I was able to do that. And just in the last couple of years, I realized I can't handle all of the volume. I started out in the beer side of this because I used to work for InBev, which back when I worked for them in 2003, 2002, it was Stella Artois, which everybody knows, Beck's, Bass, Rolling Rock. And we were just a little 3% of the portfolio of most of the distributors that we worked with. And in 2004, we sold our import rights in the United States to a company called Budweiser, which now is known as InBev. So when Budweiser took over, I had been used to working for small craft, very cool, like brands like Stella Artois and Boddington's and Hoegaarden. And we were going to be selling Budweiser in the state of Florida. And I decided then that that wasn't really the direction that I wanted to go. And I started my own sampling company, which is Facetime. And since 2004, been kind of plugging along and growing exponentially. Last year, we became public. We started Starstream Entertainment and became public through that vehicle. So Facetime is now a wholly owned subsidiary of Starstream Entertainment. And that was such fortuitous timing because in June of last year, we had gone public and everything just started getting going. This is right as COVID was taking its grip. Just to give you an idea, we were doing about 1,000 events in March, the month of March of last year, and COVID hit, we went down to 4 events in April. The fortunate thing about going public is when every other agency either shut their doors or stopped doing business entirely, I was able to make all of my area managers employees and hit the gas and say, I know there's no business, but if there are retailers out there that want sampling still, and I will find the suppliers that will pay for them, you guys go and strengthen your relationships on the retail side, strengthen your relationships with the distributor people. I will find the suppliers to pay for those tastings. And so we went April, 4 events, 30 events in May, 70 events in June, and now we're back up to about 800 or 900 events a month. And that is with very many of our suppliers, like 2 of our biggest suppliers, still aren't doing tastings at all. Okay. So we've grown with the direct bill to the suppliers, and we have one distributor, Republic National Distributing, that kind of never really stopped doing tasting. So it's very fortunate with that we were able to grow our partnership with them as well.
So the pandemic must have been a really interesting time because we know that alcoholic drinks went up during the pandemic, and liquor stores were allowed to stay open in most states, if not all. But yet you did events, which all had to be canceled. So, I mean, what was that like, and how did you navigate all of that?
Well, it was very interesting. So we just shifted our focus, and typically our business mix is about 20% bars and restaurants and 80% retail anyway. So we were very lucky that that was we were focused there already. Then when that happened, we just, like I said, I put my people to work, get out there and, go to see the Total Wines, go to those liquor stores and start making those connections with those people and get the business going again. We'll take care of it on the back end and we keep everything floating. The bars and the restaurants are now starting to come back, but it was just interesting that my distributor and supplier partners had record years last year. They're still having record months now that we're starting to come back, the on-premise, which is where you go in and you actually consume the beverage that you buy on the premises. So any bar, any festival, anything like that. That has come back with a vengeance. I mean, they're doing better than they ever have. And that's with so many restaurants closing. So it's really a really good indicator for our industry. People in Florida, people are ready to be out and about. They are elbow to elbow. You're seeing a lot of people not wearing face masks, but we're trending down with COVID numbers. So, I want to say, crossing fingers that we're past the hump on this, and hopefully it's great for our industry, because as more suppliers and more distributors start allowing tastings again, we're poised, we're ready. We've got amazing relationships. Our team tightened up. We invested in technology to make us more efficient and be able to handle more events and more volume. And, we have a lot of staff, it's part-time staff that we work with. It's 3 hours here, 2 hours there, but we were giving them paychecks all through the pandemic. And so they're very loyal to us now. So we were able to cull and pick the best staff too. So we have the best sellers, the best looking models, the most outgoing people, because we were there for them when no other agencies were giving them business.
Interesting. So, and you mentioned Florida. So you're kind of mainly focused in Florida, right? Do you want to get out of the Southeast? Are you looking at expansion?
We do. The interesting thing is I have so many clients that are already asking me to go national. I've learned from experience, don't grow too fast. We want to be able to create and evolve a consistent product. And to be able to do that, you can't just go in and take over a market. You want to do it the right way. So it's like we're getting there, we're ready. We want to have the right infrastructure. I am actually looking at acquiring some technology companies that work with our portal. Our portal system is the key to our managers being able to, one person can manage 200 to 300 events on a weekend if we have the correct technology where the check-in, checkouts are all automated. You can see how close somebody was to the event when they checked in, what time, how many miles away they were. So if somebody's late and that that's a problem that you need to solve. So we're actually looking at possibly investing in some technology partners that we're already working with so it makes it worth our while to continue to develop their portals, because we're such a high volume user that we actually make any company better that we work with, because we work out all the kinks in any system, and our staff is very proactive and helpful with all of our partners that way.
Now, you mentioned how you paid people through the pandemic and competitors didn't always. Who are your competitors? How big are they?
It's funny because a lot of them went away completely. We have CMT Marketing. There's a local agency that's in the same area as I am called Michelin Group. They do more modeling focus and beer focus. I decided liquor costs a lot more per bottle than beer does. So there's a lot more marketing budget with it. And so when we made that transition, our beer partners are still very important to us. But, a case of beer is $14.99. A case of liquor is $27.99 per bottle times 6 bottles. So when you help sell a case of liquor in and sell that through at a demo, then you just created a lot more marketing dollars that can go back into more samplings. So that was key. So we have Michelin Group. I'm trying to think of a couple of others that are still around. There aren't a lot that are doing business statewide here, and we're actually looking at we're already doing stuff in Georgia and South Carolina, and we get requests in Alabama. We've done like special cases in LA. We've done events in Philly, in New York City for special clients. So it's not out of our realm. What we do is easily duplicated. So our formula works. It will work anywhere. You treat your talent well, you pay them well, you pay them on time, and you can cull the best talent that way, because there are a lot of agencies out there that take 6-7 months, or they don't pay their talent until they get paid. One of the advantages of us being publicly held, we don't have those issues. We don't have to worry about whether our client paid us or not. We pay our talent whether we've been paid or not. So that's allowed us to get that talent loyalty. So if you apply that in any market, you're going to be successful as long as you keep an eye on sales. And the fact is, we're here to help you get cases in and then sell them through so that you get that second order.
Mm-hmm. Now you mentioned talent and models. So what do you look for in those people? And like, what would their job be at a festival? Is this serving? Is this kind of some sales as well? Or what are they doing?
That's a great question. We have a couple of different levels of talent. So we have like premium A quality model talent. So we do photo shoots. We do, trade shows, or some people call them booth babes. It sounds a little sexist, but you want somebody to be, prim and proper, very put together, well-spoken, eloquent. But then, we use 30, 40, 50-year-olds in retail because, some areas, like if you go to Naples or if you go to Sarasota, for example, it's a heavy retiree age demographic that you're working with there. A 21-year-old hottie that's just out of college, like, hi, is not necessarily going to be as approachable as somebody that's 45 or 50 years old, like my age, that can speak intelligently about a product. And some people are more comfortable buying from somebody that looks more like them. And I always tell people, it's like, if you want a quality talent, they're not always the best salespeople, but we will develop them to be that. But, if you sell 14 bottles at $20.99, or, we work with some liquors that $100+ bottles. So if you can move a bunch of bottles, I don't really care what you look like. If you're well-spoken and the retailers like you, and the distributors and the suppliers are going to like you because you're moving cases.
Sure. And knowing the product, I think, is really big.
You don't have to be a supermodel to work for us.
Right.
But we do that. We offer that as well. So.
And being passionate about the product, I think, would help with the sales. So that would be something that people would really enjoy, whatever it is that they're selling.
Yeah, the alcohol, as I say, the alcohol gets in your blood.
More ways than.
As you can see, I send some BRoll events. I don't know if you've had a chance to review it or if you've been to our Facebook or Instagram. When you go on our website, you can see we have fun doing what we do. When we go, we do a lot of charity golf tournaments, and I always grab my staff and said, let's go to this. Let's take advantage of this, that we're going to be at Trump National Golf Course in Jupiter. And, there are going to be a bunch of athletes. We're doing the Mike Evans, which is a Tampa Bay Bucks player. He does a big charity tournament in Tampa every year. So, so a good chance Tom Brady's going to be there, like a bunch of Bucks players and all kinds of celebrities come out for this. So I always take that advantage and go, let's get the staff together. Let's have a company meeting. Everybody come to this golf course, and we're the life of the party because, we all come from the alcohol side of the industry. So we know how to get the party started. And even at a golf course, we will make it. We don't make your event, but we make it better.
Thank you so much, Carla, for joining us. It sounds like such a fun industry to be in.
You'll have to come down and come to some events. We do a lot of wine fests.
I think I might just do that.